And oh, it's a real guy. What? What? You're a real guy? Johannes is in the house.
No, actually, what I am is I am a wooden puppet.
Okay.
And I got possessed by demons, and now I talk, and my nose grows when I laugh.
Okay, so do you think that I look good today, Johannes? I'm just setting you up for...
Yes!
Yeah. We're playing Hellblade today, guys. This is a action-adventure game with a little bit of psychological horror thrown in there. Look at this. We're going crazy. The idea of this game is we are a lady who has psychosis, so she hears voices and the world changes around her. And it's really cool. This game has just come out on Xbox One, so we're sort of celebrating that by playing it today. If you guys like what you see, make sure you share this video, tag a friend, just spread that love. But Mr. Johannes has knowledge of all things Hellblade.
Yes.
That's why I brought you on the show. You're my Hellblade consultant.
I know it all. All of the hells, all of the blades.
How many times have you been to hell?
Counting today?
Counting this show?
About 42 times.
Okay, so yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's going to give us a guided tour. This is our lady.
She has her lunch there, yeah?
Yep, it's a big coconut, actually.
Oh, nice.
So this is a really cool story-focused game. You guys are going to get a lot of great stuff when you go into it. The way I described it on my shows last week on Now Loading was like, this will actually kind of introduce you to storytelling methods in a video game that you never knew could sort of happen before. I guess, I don't know, that's how I felt about it. I didn't think they could achieve some of the stuff that they did in this one. And a lot of that is thanks to some really amazing motion capture and performance capture by this lady, Melissa Jurgens, I guess?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it right?
Is it Melissa or Melinda? I can't remember.
Somebody Jurgens.
Somebody Jurgens, yeah.
And so it's a very sort of like introspective story that's really, really focused in on this one character, and they do an amazing job. But let's get some comments in there while the show is starting out. We got Rick Nauman in here, we got Taylor J. McCoy, we got Sarah Cardinal, we got John Kelly Hooker. Welcome everybody. A lot of people in here. Sarah has dubbed herself the Cat Queen. Huh? And Johannes, I heard you say that you hate cats, that you would murder all cats.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the musicals, that's the one I would not want to see.
Damn, you're a Les Mis guy. I always knew that about you. So Hellblade, as you might be able to tell from what we're looking at right now, it's a pretty good looking game.
I mean, it looks like Sweden to me.
This is 100%. What's that building called? You know all the landmarks.
That is the Capitol building in Stockholm.
Capitol building. This bridge is actually a very famous bridge in Sweden called the Woodboy Special.
Right.
That's I don't know anything about Sweden, but I know that bridge.
Well, the way we say that in Swedish is Hursky Bursky Dursky Dur. That's what that means. That's how you say Woodboy Special.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that seems pretty good. I have one bar on my microphone, so I may die. Somebody's saying that we have a little bit of static on the mics, but hopefully
really?
I guess it'll maybe
See,
fix itself.
that's what happens when I sit in here.
This guy leaves the room for 1 second.
What do you want? Putting Adrian the intern on the switcher.
I'm gonna do a little switcheroo here.
You
are now a walkie.
That works. I'm down. I can be a walkie. Man, that's ridiculous. See, you step away for 1 minute.
Can't turn your back on anybody these days. We got a lot of comments coming in here. Brandon Morrison saying, let's do this! Trisha Hook is in here saying, hey y'all. Welcome guys. If you're just tuning in, the game we're playing is called Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. It's been available on PC and PS4 for a little while. It just came out on the old Xbox One platform. So we're celebrating that right now by sort of playing through it, showing it to you guys. I think this is an amazing game. I highly recommend it. Johannes is leaving us. I can't believe this. I feel betrayed right now. I'm just going to listen to what we got here. Jose Martinez says, where do you get Hellblade? So if you guys are interested in playing Hellblade for yourselves, you can get it on the PC, PS4, or Xbox One digitally. I don't believe they actually have, they might have boxed copies, but it'll still just give you a code inside of there. So definitely take a look for this game in the store of your choosing. But yeah, as of last week, this game has been on all 3 platforms, so that's pretty cool. Johannes is going back to Sweden real quick. Yeah, that's Super News Live in there with those comments. I am, honestly, I just feel very lonely right now. No, so this is Our Lady Senua. You can see that because of her condition, she hears voices, she sees people. This is kind of like her spirit guide. person right here who sort of comes in and talks to her every once in a while. And a lot of this game is sort of like focused in around, like not only is it action and puzzle focused, but a lot of the game is focused around like exploring her condition. So like one example right here is sort of in classic video game fashion, we're trying to open a door, but the way they interpret that in this game is this rune shows up, and using her sort of like warped view of the world, I guess, this rune starts to sort of manifest all over.
Really what it is, it's giving you instructions and you have to put it all together yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to IKEA, I would say, but
True
with
Swedish
fewer
recipes.
Swedish meatballs.
I'm gonna change the
Hannes
batteries.
is gonna change his battery?
No,
Okay.
here's yours. Okay, all right, so now that Nick is muted, finally, let's talk, you know? Well, actually, also, Adrian, you probably want to mute his mic on the board so we don't get any more noise. Well, he's just complaining. What is his voice? All right, there you go.
And I'm back! Oh my god, I had so many. Did you hear all that cool stuff I just said a second ago?
He's not back yet.
Oh,
no,
no.
no, he's.
I am so happy to be back, guys. It feels like I've been gone forever. First Johannes leaves me, then he mutes my mic. I feel like he's got it out for me. But this is, so I guess right now we're sort of still in the opening sequence where we're kind of learning a little bit about the main concepts of the game. Eventually, in a second here, we're going to get into some of the combat. And I think that's one of the coolest parts of Hellblade. Johannes, you've encountered some combatants in this game before.
I have.
Have you not?
I mean, yeah, I played it for a while. I built a nice new computer, tried playing this game, and the great thing about this game is that if you die in this game,
You die in real life.
yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Well, if you finally do die, you have to start over from the beginning, and it's. I mean, you can probably explain those mechanics a little bit better, but it's a pain, and my new computer couldn't handle this lovely game.
Your
Probably the
computer
way-
is too scared to die.
It's,
you know, 'cause
see,
of the
but
death
it's
in the
because
game.
I didn't build the computer properly. I didn't put bracket C into bracket D, and you know.
This guy lives in an IKEA his whole life. That's what Sweden is, right? It's just a big IKEA. And he doesn't even know how to put the bracket C into bracket D. What's up with that?
I just realized people might not know that I'm from Sweden, but now you do.
That's a crucial part to understanding this episode, guys. You need that backstory.
Matt Hogg is saying that he's never met me. I've never met Matt, but we met now. Hi, Matt.
I'm just gonna wave to you too. That's so
He
we're all
didn't-
in
he
this
didn't say hi to
together.
you, though.
Oh man, I just want the attention. I want the attention. Hello.
What is this? There's a creeper on the floor.
Am I muted? We got Jose saying it feels like Witcher 3 and Oblivion. I like that comparison because of the architecture. A lot of times the architecture looks like Skyrim or Oblivion or something like that. Witcher 3, you definitely have a lot of sort of like Draugr, like you know, like demon enemies in this game that feel a little bit Witcher-y. Have you ever seen the Witcher games, Johannes?
I have seen the Witcher games, but I never played them.
You're missing out.
I don't know. What I like about this is that it is based. I was about to say on history, but it's not based on history at all. It's based on great Norse mythology, which I enjoy.
Yeah, it's sort of cool in this game that like a lot of aspects of it are very heavily researched. Like they've done their homework in here, and number one, the Norse mythology. There's a lot of not only Norse mythology woven into what you're playing, but also you can find those little. I walked past a couple of them. Those like stones that will tell you more backstory on like Loki and Hela and all the gods that like. Number one, you might know from knowing Norse mythology, but number two, you would know it from seeing the Thor movies.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same universe.
Oh yeah.
Senua is in.
This is actually a sequel to Thor Ragnarok right here.
All right, now you find out about the whole death thing, right?
Yes. So good timing on that one. The game has a mechanic here where you can see this like black rot showing up on her arm, and what that means is it's sort of like I guess like a metaphorical representation of her insanity, like taking over. So every time you die in the game, it will increase that black rot further up her arm. And if it touches her head, then, like Johannes mentioned, it will actually delete your save game. And that is a pretty messed up way to make a video game, but I gotta respect it. So this is one of the main aspects of the game is combat. You know, like you're in Norse land. You're gonna be fighting some Nordic demons here.
I mean, that's what they all look like. Whenever I go to the nightclubs,
that's what kind of nightclubs are you going to, man? Those late night raves.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. What happens in exacerbate stays in exacerbate. That's the best name for a nightclub I could come up with. That wasn't very good. So I think right here I'm supposed to get hit because we are trying to learn about our mortality here. I can't hit these guys.
Oh no.
So, I lasted for so long before I realized that they were trying to get me to die right there. Matt Haug saying this game is Hellblade.
True.
Yeah, that is what this game is called. You can get it right now on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Guys, if you like this game, if you like what you see, or if you just like seeing cool video games, make sure you share this video, tag a friend. Just spread that love, guys. We'd love to see some hearts showing up in this stream right now. I'm seeing a distinct lack of hearts. If you don't know our channel, it's called Super News Live. We do all sorts of pop culture coverage on here. You can see this video game show, the Super News Live Arcade, every other Wednesday. You can see all sorts of stuff on the channel. So make sure you give it a follow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or Twitter. We go live to a lot of different platforms at once. You can also see it hosted every day on Now Loading, if you are a Now Loading fan, if you know me from there.
By the way, I took the one chip challenge. That's exactly what I look like.
Yeah. On the ground, writhing.
I gotta say, one thing that I really love about this game is that this girl, the girl they captured, she's just a video editor, the girl who did the motion capture. But they also had her do the acting. So it's not someone else's voice on top of her performance. She's doing it all. And it's a great performance for a non-actor, I must say.
Yeah, I believe she just won the BAFTA award for best performance or whatever.
All right, I take it back. She's horrible. She doesn't deserve that. Nope.
Getting too big for her britches now. Get that BAFTA? No, she's got Hollywood. But no, I think it's amazing, and it's pretty inspiring to video editors everywhere, I would say. No, to anybody who's out there. Just you know, if you're good at something, let everybody know. Adrian, you don't talk to us. Don't look me in the eyes when you talk.
What did you say? You're so inspired? Is that what you said?
Yes.
But no. There are too many Canadians on TV already. We can't have you as well.
Yeah, let us have this, Adrian. The Swedes and the US of A's need this one.
We don't need another Bieber.
Or do we? Adrian, how's your singing voice?
Oh, it's horrible.
How many times can you say baby in 1 minute?
Should we try it?
Please.
Well, you have to sing the Canadian anthem and then put baby in there.
Well, that is the Canadian anthem.
Right.
We'll be releasing that as a VOD later in the week.
Done.
We got, Matt Haug saying you mean Valhalla. Yeah, so Valhalla is an aspect in this game. Jotunheim, they mentioned in this game. The Frost Giants. Hell, what's the hell in that mythology? Helheim. They talk about Helheim. Whole bunch of stuff in this game. You're gonna hear a lot of Norse mythology stuff, and it's kind of interesting because this game launched on Xbox One last week, but it is also coming up right against God of War, which is now going to be set also in Norse mythology. So they might have a bit of a problem there with sort of hearts and minds, but this has been out on PS4 and PC for a little while, and it's also a really good alternative if you don't want to spend that full $60. This game's actually out on all 3 stores for $30 US.
I mean, it's a fairly short game, isn't it?
It's relatively short but sweet, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
I think that what you're going to get out of this game is a really, really satisfying story and experience. So here's our first choice, sort of. We're up against these 2 doors, right? We got the Man of Mystery and we got the Man of Fiery Death.
Just don't go to... There's that guy, what's his name? Valravn. Just don't go to him.
Valravn, yeah. Valravn, the Man of Mystery. He tricked me way too many times. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there. So we got Leon Hatch is in here, Frank Cobb is in here, Chad Ramsey is in here. Chad Ramsey saying, now that Kratos is in Norse mythology, I can't wait for a crossover. See, that would be really cool if Sony just, this was originally like a PS4 timed exclusive or something. Maybe you get that little you know, that little wink and nod, have a little Hellblade moment. Kratos rips her head off or something.
No, what?
Yeah, no, she like teams up with Kratos and they both do something. Kratos gets to, maybe he gets to hear the voices that she hears or something. I don't know. I would love to see a team up though. I think that would be a lot of fun. So this is an example of one of those moments. We're not really gonna give you guys the opportunity to hear it, but whenever you check out one of these stones, listen real quick. Oh, I think there's a story moment happening. But usually our guy would tell us a little bit about the old Norse mythology. There you go. You can hear it there behind us. Sarah Cardinal saying, you guys are awesome and hilarious. Thank you, Sarah Cardinal. Although we're going for completely serious.
Yeah, I'm just trying to teach people about this game. This is part of my heritage, my culture. Is there a face in that waterfall?
Yeah, don't they have that in Sweden?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. My dad was a waterfall.
Okay.
By the way, those stones that you see, those rune stones, you do find them a lot in Sweden and Norway, and I'm sure Denmark as well.
What kind of knowledge have you learned from the rune stones?
Oh, every time I walk up to them, there's some old guy talking into my ear.
Yeah.
Again, my dad.
That's just what the Sweden streets are like, man. Old guys coming up to you all the time. Your dad, the waterfall, talking into your ear. I get it. We got somebody pointing out, Matt Haug saying, reminds me of Horizon, especially her outfit. Yeah, she definitely does have like a Horizon Zero Dawn kind of look. We'll get a sort of 360 view of her here. You can see the hair is very similar, sort of her outfit is kind of similar. This came out right around the time of Horizon too, when it came out on PS4 and PC. So I think one of that was like a situation of like the two girls go to the party in the same dress and they say one of us has to change. Like they probably weren't feeling too good about that, but I think they're very distinctly different games once you start playing them. There's no dinosaur robots in this game, as much as I would like for there to be.
See, but that's not real Sweden though, because we have dinosaur robots.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. My mom is no.
Oh, here we go. More fighting. There we go. You got to get good at countering in this game, is what I learned. And a lot of people have come into the stream and said like, "This looks easy," and I'm like, "Well, I played through this once and I got really good at the countering system." But if you don't, like, let me get hit by this guy. Ready?
No.
Blam! Like, look at that. If I get hit twice, I'm almost dead right here. So you can see that my screen is like going dark. If I get hit probably 3 times, I will actually be dead. And so that's just kind of an indication of like how hardcore this game is. Like, it's not going to mess around with the combat. So you got to get good, or you got to get into another video game, sort of. But yeah, even if you lose your save file, like, you know, you could probably try and get back to where you were pretty quick.
When I was playing it, I was on Reddit or wherever, and they were talking a lot about how you can find the save file, duplicate it, save it somewhere else, and then bring it back into the game. You know.
You can't do that on PS4 or Xbox One, but you can do that on PC. I actually had to do that once to bring my file over to Movie Pilot because it didn't sync.
Yeah.
I had to bring it to the office, and then I was like, "Hey, I wonder if I could do this to like save my character forever." Jose Martinez saying, "Who made Hellblade?" So this is made by Ninja Theory, and you guys might know them from a couple of different games. They made one of my favorite games of the last generation called Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, which is really, really amazing sort of retelling of that Chinese story. I think it's called like Odyssey to the West. And also they did the new Devil May Cry game, which different people think different things about, but I think it's pretty rad. And then, yeah, these guys just kind of went dark. They're an indie studio, so they went, did their thing, and came out with an amazing video game. I'm really proud of them here.
I think I read that there were only 20 people working on the game.
That's insane.
Pretty crazy.
So take a look at this. This is a little bit of the old optical illusions here. So we have to find this H-looking pattern. This is like a rune in the world. If we move these trees together, you can see we get sort of the H here. And this is just a really basic version of some of the puzzles that are going to come up later. As you know, they get much harder as it goes on. So we're going to just real quick hit this button here, which I like to call the old ban hammer. We got first ban of the show. That's going to be Frank Cobb. Thank you, Frank Cobb, for watching. Hopefully you'll still enjoy the show without commenting, but sorry, you got to get out of here. We do encourage all sorts of talk in the shows. We definitely don't care if you make fun of us, but we do not appreciate any lewd, sexist, racist, or otherwise inappropriate behavior. So let's just be normal human beings on the show, guys, and you should all be good. There you go. We got that second rune right there. And now we can go through the door. So I really like that. As
I didn't know you called out the trolls. I had no idea. I had no idea you were so brutal.
Yeah. It's a little more overt on the Now Loading shows, too, because our comments show up on the video. Right. So those trolls gotta watch out, you know? Matt Houck saying thank you. Jose also saying thank you. Yeah, you know, it might be fun for you if you're trolling on the shows, guys, but everybody's trying to enjoy the program. We don't want to ruin it for everybody. It's kind of like being in a movie theater, you know? You ever go in the movie theater, you see somebody talking, they're on their phone, you just want to go, eh.
It's usually me, though.
Yeah. Johannes is just a very busy LA guy.
Oh, yeah.
Always on that phone. He actually has it on speakerphone, too, which is, I feel, unnecessary.
I usually have 3 phones when I'm in there, too.
Yeah, you got that burner.
Yeah.
The
Gotta
extra.
do business.
Yeah. So Chad Baptiste saying, if I'm not mistaken, the lady they use to mocap and voice Senua is a employee of Ninja Theory. That's true. We were talking about that a little bit. Just to kind of tell that to anybody who hasn't been here early on the show, the lady who did the motion capture and the performance capture for Senua is the video editor for the game. So I think in the behind the scenes video, they show that like she was just doing the temp work on mocapping, and then they liked it so much that they actually had her do the entire thing, and that obviously worked out pretty well. She ended up winning the BAFTA award, I think like a day or two ago, for best new performance, which is amazing, like especially for a first-time performer. It's an inspiring story for Johannes, who is not only a video editor but also an actor. So are you the next Melinda Juergens?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm definitely the next. Let's find out what her name is.
Melina Juergens. I got it wrong with both of those.
Melina Juergens. That's me. That's gonna be me. One day I'll be playing a young woman in hell.
Yes.
What? I don't know.
That's always the way I thought this was gonna go. You can get some of that face paint, shave off the beard, and you're good. So a lot of times you're gonna run into stuff like this, where like her world, she sort of like can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality a lot of times. So sometimes she'll see an object and it'll like trigger some kind of memory. And right now you can see we were just walking here, but it was not on fire a second ago. So a lot of times you'll, check that out, boom, just break those ash people. A lot of times the world will shift right around you, and that can happen for action moments, that can happen for horrific moments, and sometimes it's a little bit of both. Kind of like that.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, you want to play this game loud and in headphones.
And proud. Loud, proud, and in charge.
Don't be proud. What? In a crowd? What are you
in a crowd, with a shroud, in a boat, on a moat. No, yeah,
I'm
definitely
leaving.
with headphones.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here too.
I've been fired actually. With headphones, it's a great game with headphones because you get to you get a sense of the voices, and some of them are coming from to the left, to the right, behind you. It's a wonderful surround experience.
Would you describe it a little bit as ASMR?
Yes, that's a good way to. Yes, for sure. It's definitely like ASMR.
Because you can. Hold on, we'll both stop right now and just listen to the audio real quick. Of course, it always goes away right when they're shy, guys. They're kind of like Michigan J. Frog. Yeah. Hello. But yeah,
I'm sure that was extremely pointless.
It's really cool the way that they actually showed sort of the thing that they built to get this kind of 3D headphone recording, and we'll talk about that after the break, guys. We actually have a halftime show coming up with our good buddies Jack and Marco. They're going to be talking about some video game news, and we're going to throw it to them in a second. But guys, don't worry. We're going to be back after the break with more Hellblade, and Johannes will be here for the second half too, so that's nice. Usually we kick the people out.
We'll see.
If he doesn't hate me for my Dr. Seuss joke.
So I'm usually the one doing all this editing and graphics and so on for these streams. That's my normal job. But now I have my little intern buddy, Adrian. So Adrian, are you ready? Hello? Nothing.
Adrian's not ready for anything right now.
I resent being called an intern.
He's on strike, actually.
My title is Discount Johannes.
All right, sure. Okay, Adrian, the discount Johannes. Are you ready?
I don't know if he's ready.
I'm gonna turn to the wide camera and I'm gonna point
Guys, we'll be back in a
and
second.
say you better cut to those guys right now. Do it.
Hello, everybody. I am Marco.
I'm Jack.
And today is Super News Live Arcade. And this is the Super News Live halftime. And yes, we're going to be talking about all things video games.
We got a lot of gaming news coming out this week, and we're just going to break down the top headlines.
Definitely. Got a lot of cool things, and yeah, I felt very honored because Johannes just pointed at the camera. It felt like he was pointing at me. I felt like I've been touched by the Norse god Johannes.
It's weird seeing him on camera rather than through a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's very different. I'm not quite used to it. I'm used to seeing him in yellow and black with a little antenna on top. So.
I'm still not convinced that's not an actor pretending to be Johannes.
Yeah, it's actually the walkie-talkie talking to Johannes, that actor, into his ear. So if you didn't know, Johannes is actually a walkie-talkie.
Yes. So Marco, I'm going to give you some of the week's top gaming headlines. Just want to pick your brain on these. So first off, Overwatch, a game I know you love, just released 6v6 competitive mode. So team of 6 versus team of 6, everyone gets one life, try to eliminate the other team, get the win. Do you think this is good for the game?
I think it's really cool. I think Overwatch, what it has done really well is balance the game, change the characters, and I feel like for me personally, gaming for such a long time, once you got the game, that was all there was, right? There might have been some patch download or an updated version that you then had to buy another thing for, but the fact that it's constantly changing is very refreshing and very new, and I feel like that was, at least for me personally, the first game that was like that. And so on top of like all the characters that it's changed, I really enjoy that they've introduced more game modes. And this in particular is a game mode that is very similar to other games.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that they not only made an awesome game that is its own, which is the regular Overwatch and that competitive scene, but this 6v6 competitive elimination. I think it's really cool. I'm into it. There's a lot more strategy into it. I can't hate on that.
Yeah, and you get a lot of new players coming into the game now.
Totally.
Like people who are used to standard FPS where you just run and go team deathmatch kind of style. This is a really good game mode for them.
Yeah.
Especially I think one of the more interesting mechanics is once you win with a character, you can't use that character the rest of the time.
Yeah, I think that's really cool because I feel like it tests your knowledge. You kind of have to pick up multiple characters. You can't just be like, yo, I'm a Lucio main, that's all I play. Because after you win one time, you gotta move on.
I feel like most people could have guessed you were a Lucio main.
Yeah, I have this little man bun here. Yeah, I break it down.
Speaking of breaking down, another thing to break down that I'm actually really excited about is a new console is coming our way this week.
Yeah.
We got the Nintendo Labo, which is this super weird peripheral system where you basically get this cardboard setup that you can build your controller around and then play these minigames. So first off, Marco, is it cool or is it lame?
I mean, let's take a look. Let's take a look. As you see, there's this new Nintendo. Yeah, there's new Nintendo thing made out of cardboard. Yeah, it's very interesting. It attaches. Does it attach to the Switch?
It's basically you put both of the controllers, because you know you can detach, and then you put it in the cardboard, and then when you're moving with it, the controllars are moving, so you see it. Yeah.
Cool. So what is everyone at home? Let us know what you think. Do you think the Nintendo Labo,
it's whatever. They haven't said it out loud yet.
Labo, give us a like. Labo, give us a heart. Or Lebo, if you want to go French, you can give us a ha-ha face because I don't see any accents there. But either or, oh my goodness, look who it is.
Oh, hey there.
Look who's decided to come visit us.
It's definitely a Lebu.
Lebu.
Oh, yes.
Lebu. Yeah, they forgot to add a couple things here and there.
Thank you, fake Johannes.
Thank you, fake Johannes. That's not actually Johannes. It is an actor that the walkie-talkie hired to speak on behalf of Johannes.
Yes.
But yeah, whatever it is, Labo, I'm not exactly sure. It's very interesting, regardless of the fact. Are you gonna buy it?
I have the Switch, and I think I'm gonna buy it. I think this is one of the more interesting things that has come out in gaming in the last couple of years. Just the fact that Nintendo was like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sell people cardboard.
Yeah.
And that I'm actually excited about it is one of the most impressive things ever. My main concern about it is, do you think people are going to spend, a lot of people, not just me, are going to spend $80 on it?
Man, that's tough. For those of you at home, are you going to purchase it? Nintendo, Labo. If you have a Switch, is this the next thing that you're going to buy? I think it's really cool. $80 is a very high amount of money, but I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier before we came on the stream. It's worth it.
Yeah.
$80, it's a small little down payment in the payment of your joy.
Exactly. If you are getting more than $80 worth of joy from the system, it's totally worth it. My main concern is, this looks like it's being marketed a bit more towards kids, as Nintendo does very often. And I can't see a parent who doesn't know a lot about gaming going into a store and buying cardboard for $80.
It would be a very interesting purchase. I know as a parent, if I were to be a parent, it would be a weird thing to do, to try to be convinced into buying this. But I don't know, man. It looks really cool. The things that it does, it's stepping into AR, like augmented reality. You're starting to interact with actual physical things to be able to move characters. I think that's really cool. I feel like it's another notch on the belt of Nintendo when it comes to creating new and innovative things. Like it started the Wii, which is like motion sensor. Now it did the Switch.
Which is all about portability with this power of a console game or system rather than like the 3DS and stuff like that. If you were a kid, do you think you'd have an easier time convincing your parents to buy the Labo for $80 or buying a rated M game when you're like 10 years old?
Oh man, my parents are not from America and it was like easy. I got so many rated M games in my life. Or like, what is that? When you buy CDs. And I had like a I forgot what it is. Like discretion advice or something like that.
The explicit warning.
Explicit warning, yeah. I would convince them. I would just tell them like, that's not what it means. M is like mega good or something. And they'd be, all right, we're getting it. And that is how I was. I feel like violence and Mortal Kombat for me when I was a kid, like it was purchased at the age of like 5 or 6. Like, super easy.
I saw my favorite movie when I was growing up was Anaconda, and I was 4 years old watching a rated R movie. I was in the same boat.
Yeah, it's like really easy to convince them.
My parents were like, "This is probably okay."
Yeah, totally.
Only when the store clerk would like question my mom, like, "You know, it's a rated M game." She'd be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know. I guess you're not getting it," so that she wasn't like judged in public.
So it was basically like avoiding the judgment rather than not purchasing it.
Exactly.
That's the funny part about it. Matt Hogg saying, I think the only cardboard I'm sticking with is Magic the Gathering. That's pretty cool. I'm okay with that.
That'll cost a lot more than $80 if you keep up with it and keep buying all the sets.
Yeah. I think it's cool because at least with the Nintendo Labo, we're still trying to figure out in this halftime show.
It'll eventually be turned into a symbol.
Yeah.
The console formerly known as Labo.
Yeah. Or like P Labo, like P Diddy, but he drops the P. Yeah, something like that. But we're still trying to figure that out. But I think what's really cool about it is that you can, what it seems like is you can make your own controls and you can figure it out.
Yeah, they have something called the garage mode where basically you have all the cardboard with preset blueprints, but if you make your own contraption, you can make it work in the game, which I think is super cool. And Nintendo keeps like blowing my mind with like what they'll end up doing. Yeah,
I think it's really awesome. It's really fun. I know there's gonna be some internet sleuths out there posting on Reddit like, this is my Nintendo Labo contraption. Check it out. And I feel like it's gonna be way cooler than what Nintendo intended. And I think that's really cool.
Kind of like Super Mario Maker. You see all the levels that came out of that? It's crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect a regular individual or anything like that to create these things. And that's where like the gaming community is very strong. And I think that's what's really cool. So with this, I understand it's $80, But $80, there's a lot of possibilities.
One thing I know I'm very excited about gaming this week is God of War is coming out the same day as the Labo, actually.
Whoa,
and
competitive.
Critics have been going nuts about God of War. It's got like a 95% on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Pretty much every publication is a 9 out of 10 or higher on their rating. And the thing that they're actually really liking about it is that Kratos used to be this very one-dimensional character of I'm angry and I want revenge. But the introduction of like a son into the game is like fleshed out his character.
Totally.
So like, what do you think when we see these major game franchises kind of take a deviation from what they've known and like try and be something different?
I think it's really cool because what games, and at least for me, the turn of like cinematic and really fun was Last of Us, where it turned like almost like a movie. You're basically in a movie, like there was direction with like camera angles and everything like that. And I feel that with these games, they're on the backs of other games that have sort of built this story. And I feel that by introducing a child and bringing that into the limelight, it's pretty cool because now it's introducing the story. There's much more things to play off of it. So games are basically becoming a playable Hollywood movie. That's what I'm thinking is happening, but that's what it feels like.
It's also interesting because as a developer, it's got to be scary if you've made pretty much the same game over and over and it's worked to change. Like Assassin's Creed would make pretty much the same game, and then they came out with Black Flag. It was very different, but they listened to their fans and saying, we want to try and get new things, and it worked. And now Origins was very different. So I love seeing games grow. But one thing that I also think is interesting is moving away from Greek gods into Norse gods. Is there any other like mythology that you would love to see?
I don't know. Games? Those are definitely the two like god mythologies. Maybe Egyptian gods.
Awesome.
That would be like the next step. That would be a very interesting transition because I don't know how you go from like the European area to like all the way down to Egypt and Africa. But it'd be a very interesting way to switch it up.
And I think also like Native American
lore,
Native American even like lore. If you, I don't know if they could do this like sensitively enough, but like Hindu gods and like all that stuff I think would be super interesting.
That'd be really interesting, and it'd also bring up a lot of diversity. And I think what's really cool is that it just goes into like the lore of like cultures and like beliefs. And I feel like it's really awesome.
And now that Kratos isn't like running around sleeping with half the gods he runs into, it probably wouldn't be as offensive to different. But one crazy story that I want to close on with Marco is everyone loves Fortnite now. Everyone is playing it.
Biggest thing. Drake is playing.
Exactly. You got Ninja running around. But there is this kid in North Carolina who was so dedicated to the game that he looks outside his window, sees a tornado is running through his entire neighborhood, and decides, I better keep playing. Now, it eventually got closer and closer to his house, and he did stop and like take his siblings and like take care of them. But have you ever been so focused on a game that it didn't matter what else was going on in the world, you're just like, I'm in the zone?
I'm just glad that we saw that image. I wanted to see the face of a hero. You know, what is the phrase? Like, not all heroes wear capes? That man right there is a hero.
I actually think he's not enough of a gamer because he did quit. He eventually quit. Like,
you're saying like it got close enough for him to like, nah, this tornado,
like,
I'll bounce it out.
He was 2 kills away from a victory royale. Like, there's glory in death if you go out like that. But no, but did he do the right thing?
Did he do the right thing? I think he obviously did the right thing, but I have to give props to him because if I saw a tornado, by the way, which would be a very odd thing in California, but if I saw a tornado, first of all, I would think, where am I? And second of all, I'm out. Like, I'm gone. You know, like those like Nat Geo things, like storm chasers or something?
Those people are dumb.
Those people go into it. I'm out. I'm like gone. There's no way that I would ever even come close to seeing it.
I'm looking for the closest like bridge that I can be under. I'm going to the nearest basement. There's no basements in LA like anywhere, so we're screwed. Like, I don't understand people who go straight to the storm, but I do understand a kid who sees a tornado and is like, 5 more minutes though.
It's respectable. Or maybe he's just so used to the weather that like for him, it's like, it's gonna pass anyway.
Exactly.
For us, we'd freak out. For him, he's like, well, it's just Wednesday.
That's very true. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's a high possibility. So for those of you at home, if you play Fortnite, give us some likes, give us some hearts, and of course, give us a sad face because you would probably stay in your homes and go into the tornado, basically.
I mean, what are the chances that the tornado would hit my house, though, right? Like,
that's true. You never know. You never know.
Thanks, guys. That's been all the gaming news. Let us know what you're excited about this week in gaming, whether it's God of War, the Labo, anything else, like Yakuza 6 coming out. There's plenty to be excited about in gaming right now.
Yes, yes, and of course, much more to be excited about right now, because we are going to go back to Nick and Johannes playing Hellblade in celebration of, I guess, God of War, which is going to release on this Friday. Is that correct?
This Friday.
This Friday. So Nick, Johannes, do you hear us?
Take it away.
Do you hear us over there?
Are you there?
There we go.
Hey, we're back.
We better be back. We better be. Are we back? We better be back.
Okay, Adrian's doing a good job, man. Come on. Give him a break.
I don't know, man.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
This guy, he's going to get reamed after the show. Adrian's going to get a stern talking to.
No, he's doing okay. He's doing all right.
Okay. Adrian,
I
still love you.
I just have really high standards.
Okay.
No.
Well, Johannes, we're back playing Hellblade. What's this game about, sir?
It's about these blades that you find in hell, and it's like the Ginsu blades, but even better.
And so for the low price, 3 installments of $29.99, you could have this Hellblade for yourself. It is the sharpest blade. You can cut a tomato with it. I don't know what it's better than a Ginsu knife.
You can cut an aluminum can.
There you go. That's the real test.
That's what you need to cut things with. You need to cut aluminum. I'm always cutting aluminum cans. Always.
Yeah, I'm always crushing them by accident. Damn, man, why can't I just cut my aluminum can with a sharp enough blade? But anyway, Hellblade is a action-adventure game with a little bit of psychological horror elements in there, as you can see right now. We are this lady, Senua, who has a form of psychosis where she's hearing voices in her head, and that sort of influences the whole game, including the action. We've been going through a lot of cool Norse mythology stuff. We've been doing a whole bunch of fighting, some puzzle solving. Right now we're going to look at some burned up bodies. You know, my favorite stuff to do in the world. Yep. Fighting, puzzle solving, looking at burned up bodies.
Uh-oh.
The Holy Trinity. Uh-oh. So we're in Surt's area, which is the fire god of Norse mythology. S-E-R-T, I think, C-E-R-T. It's like he's got a certification, you know.
Got it. All right.
He's passed the test. And so I think what that is to denote is like when we're in his area, everything just bursts into flame like this for one reason or another. And so we're trying to get the heck out of here right now. Senua's got to get out of Dodge.
Now,
right
if you go into the flames, do you actually get hurt?
I don't know. Let's find out. Oh God. Yep, my controller's vibrating. Oh God.
Oh no. Oh.
Thanks a lot. Now we're one step closer to deleting our save file. But guys, if you like this game, make sure you share this video or tag a friend. Or just for this guy's face. You don't get to see this face too often. You should cherish the every opportunity.
Also, I brought my my lunch.
Oh, okay. What flavor is it?
I don't know yet. I haven't tried it. I think it looks like chocolate.
Ooh, sounds nice. You want to give it a little taste test?
I would be, or not to be. You know what I'm
saying? Matt Haug saying, "Oh no, Johannes got Nick killed." Damn, they're calling for your blood now, man.
I'm wondering if you go into the fires, do you get hurt? Can we try?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's give that a quick shot. We're gonna try and get farther into the game, guys, so we can show you some action. But if you get the game for yourselves, you can find out if you go into the fire, because you never know. In the second time, maybe she gained like a immunity to fire. You never really know until you try.
What second time? I mean.
Uh-oh. Oh crap. Will we make it? That's the question.
I think so.
We got it, and now we got this guy. I like how, because this guy is like a real guy.
I know him. He is in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, okay. He's pirate number 7.
Yeah.
My favorite of the pirates, actually.
Oh, you're talking about the ride?
Yeah,
or
sure.
You're talking about the movie?
Either one.
Wait, are you
Pirates
counting
number
the pirates
7.
when
He's
you
actually
watch
in both. He actually stands still in the ride and goes like this, very... Would you like to do that as a job? Like, you think you could pull it off?
I don't know.
One day, like, trick someone into thinking you were one of the... What happened there?
I dropped my hammer.
Uh-oh. Drop the hammer? You gonna smash any demons with it? If we find a demon, will you promise to try and smash them?
I can't promise anything.
Johannes, when the time comes, you will know what to do with the hammer. I will say that. Jamie Logan saying, looking forward to watching you play PUBG. Yeah, so I guess that's something worth mentioning is that our sister channel, Now Loading, does video game live streams every day. So if you do want to see more of the Super News Live Arcade and you don't want to wait every 2 weeks to see it, you can check out Now Loading on Facebook or Twitch, where we do video game live streams every day at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We will be playing PUBG today, which I guess Jamie Logan probably knows about. Have you ever tuned into those shows, sir? Have you ever heard of Now Loading before? No, this guy's...
No, I don't watch the sister channel.
that.
I only watch the brother channels.
Oh, okay. Like Big Brother. You only watch Big Brother
Yeah.
exclusively.
No, of course, yeah, I watch it. It's fun. It's good times. It's fun to see you lose every time.
Every time. We've gotten a couple chicken dinners on
Have
the
you
show.
really?
Not in a solo game, though. Only in
it's a squad.
squads. Just
Loser.
cheating there, yeah. I'm a big
that's
cheat.
not-
We got a couple of people in here. Leon Hatcher saying, share some more of the mythology, guys. So we were talking about a couple of the stuff. Surt is the fire god whose realm we're in right now. We're trying to sort of take him down. But we have a few more gods involved. Valravn, we were talking about, who is the god of illusion. A lot like Loki, but I guess he's a little bit more focused on like making everyone else see things that aren't there. So you have a couple of stories about what happened to you with Valravn, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, so you make that choice, right? Which gate to go through, and one of them leads you to this fella here, and the other one leads you to Valravn. And what happens? It's really fun, but it's very tricky because you go through, and it's essentially a big puzzle. And depending on which gate you walk through, you will see different parts of the world. None of this makes any sense, and I understand that, which is
As long as you know.
as the game is. It does not make any sense when you get there, but it's very fun and very tricky. So, for instance, no, I can't give it. For instance, it's too complicated. But Nick,
You guys
can.
just wouldn't understand, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's-
you don't get it,
Your
man.
puny
You
little
don't
brains.
get it.
We are Rick and Morty fans, so we understand the complexities of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Yeah, guys, this game's really cool. It'll mess with your mind. It'll show you some cool story
And
beats.
as far as I can tell, and I'm by no means a Norse mythology expert. I'm a pro, but I'm not an expert.
Okay. You got to get that last certification by actually defeating Surt.
Yes. And meeting Hela. Everything mentioned here are part of Norse mythology. And to be okay, people are gonna hate now, but I never really read any comic books or anything.
What? What are you doing working here, man?
I see.
out.
No, and I was surprised when I looked into Thor once the movie started coming out that all those they did a pretty good job in following the Norse mythology. I mean, obviously you have the basics: Thor, Odin, Loki. But I didn't know that. I don't even know his name. But Idris Elba's character.
Oh, I know this.
See?
Ah!
I'm sorry. What was that, Adrian?
Heimdall.
Yes.
Heimdall, open the gate. Open the gate, Heimdall.
I didn't know he was part of Norse mythology. They didn't teach us about him in school. I mean, maybe they did, and I just didn't pay attention.
You missed Heimdall Day. Damn.
Yeah. Heimdall
It's like-
Day, it's a big day.
It's actually every Taco Tuesday you talk about Heimdall. It goes hand in hand. I like the Nine Realms stuff. You remember when he shows Natalie Portman about the Nine Realms? I didn't know about that. That there's
Yes, yes.
Earthheim and
Well, because
Helheim and whatever.
Because the universe is just a big tree, and then it's complicated.
Yeah.
It gets complicated.
You guys just wouldn't understand. Once again, watch Rick and Morty, and then you'll get it. We're trying to find our way out of here. I think. Okay, we finally got. So you can see that a lot of times when you.
What's the problem, man?
We got bad guys incoming. Where's your hammer? We need the hammer. Oh no.
I lost it. I got these though.
Okay, that'll. Now you blend in with them. They won't know what's
They
going
won't
on.
know. Ooh, careful.
So you can see the guys will actually spawn sometimes behind you, and one of the cool things about this game is that the voices in your head will try to help you if someone's coming up behind you. So even though you don't have like a like Batman Arkham Asylum style indicator thing, like a spider sense, your voices will try to help you with that. So you got to make sure you're listening to them.
Which is why you should be playing with headphones.
Yeah, I'm playing this not in the correct way, which is to say, talking over all of the voices trying to help us. But we do it for you guys. We do it for you. It's because we love you. So let's try and get through this fight. Well, I can't speak for Johannes, but I love you guys. He's not into it. He doesn't like. Tasha Keats saying, "What? You missed out on a lot of comic books." Yeah, I think now
all of them actually. I missed out on all of them.
Yes, by definition, a lot of comic books.
Is Donald Duck? Is that a comic book? Does that count? I read that.
There is a Donald Duck comic book.
I read it.
There you go. Then that's basically all of them, actually.
That was about it.
So we got through those guys. I don't know if we're gonna get to Cert himself, but let's see what is in store for us here.
What are we doing here?
Right? I know. We gotta step our game up. But once again, if you're just tuning into the show, the game's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It is a action adventure game with a little bit of psychological horror thrown in there. Check that out. A little bit of burned bodies for you. You know, you need to hit that burned body quota. Yeah. Anyone else smelling bacon right now?
Oh, God.
You guys can pick this game up on PS4, PC, or Xbox One as of last week. It's now out on all 3 platforms. And to celebrate, we're showing it to you guys. I would highly recommend this game. I've shown it off on a bunch of shows on Now Loading. We've given away a couple of copies of it. It's a really good game.
It's a great game. I mean, it's only a matter of time before they make a movie out of this, for sure.
You think Melissa, what's her name? Melina.
Steve Smorgasson.
Steve Smorgasson should be the actress in the movie. I think that would be cool. Because she looks kind of like her. I mean,
I can do it. I can be her.
That's it. You've been building towards this moment, man.
Yeah. I'll lose a few pounds.
Get the, all you need really is the face paint. You had, can we talk, is this confidential information?
I had dreads at some point.
You've had dreads. I don't know if I just forced you into saying that.
No, you didn't. I mean, you totally did, but yeah. No.
You can just regrow those, right? It takes like a day or two, right?
No problem.
It's pretty easy. That's the Swedish genes. You could just will that hair out of your head.
I am going to say she has some really neat dreads.
Uh-huh.
And I don't really think she would have neat dreads. But,
you know.
but I mean, look, they're really nice, and they have just feathers in them and beads and stuff. I don't know. In what century is this? The 7th century or something?
Something like that. I guess, yeah. We'll give her that. You know, it looks cool, and I like the dread physics in this game. You get them to flop around a little bit. They hit the arm.
Ooh, interesting idea. It might be that they decided to do dreads because individual hairs are too difficult to do. I mean,
just like if you can't beat them, join them kind of thing.
Right,
like can't beat that hair, got to get those dreads.
Right.
I don't know where I was going with that. But
me neither. But I mean, that's why I got them, because then I didn't have to brush my hair as much.
Nice. See, that's
or comb it, or wash it, or care.
Very efficient thinking there. Yeah. So we got 2 of these symbols, and you can see they're showing up on the door. So we kind of have an indication of like what we need to find. Obviously, I've already played through this sequence, and luckily, I've played through it very recently for our Now Loading stream.
It's behind you.
It's behind you. It's like Dora the Explorer. It's right there. So what we have to do is go around here. But obviously, when you guys play this for the first time, you will be stumped for a while.
Except for the stuff that you just saw Nick do. That you'll all remember.
This is all Spoiler City.
Yep.
We're just going to tell you. Also, the ending of the game is that Senua, actually the whole time was a robot. So you didn't know. You didn't see that coming. No, I won't spoil the game for you guys. This is the opening hour or so. And, of course, we won't tell you guys what happens further in. But we can say that it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So I guess let's go up here. Let's see what's going on. Oh wait, no, this is where we're going. Let's go over here. Yeah. I knew that's where we're supposed to go.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I think there's gonna be some fire.
You think so? In the Fire God's kingdom? Damn. Hot takes from Johannes. Matt Haug saying very nice observation, Nick. I think he's talking about those dreads.
What?
Do you want to see a picture of those dreads?
Oh.
Do we have a picture loaded up?
Better be a good one.
Is that?
Let's do it. Throw it up.
All right, we're doing it, guys. I don't know if we're gonna see it in real time, but we'll see it like 30 seconds late. Give that to those viewers, baby. Can you just send that to my text? Send that to my phone so I can have that permanently, please.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah. There. Wow.
Look
Look at young Johannes. What year would you say this is?
Right now it's 2018.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
this is all CGI to make the hair go away.
It was in 2005. Well, that particular picture was taken. That particular picture was taken the day before I cut the hair.
Really?
Yep.
That was like the commemoration photo.
Yep.
Do you ever miss it?
I do sometimes, actually. I mean, I realize you know, yeah, I realize I'm white and I shouldn't have dreads, but I do miss it sometimes.
Yeah.
It was fun to headbang because I was in a bunch of bands, and what happened
Nice.
there? Is it wrong that I just got hungry?
Yes, it's very wrong, actually.
Some barbecue.
I could actually go for some I don't know what it is right now, but I could really go for some barbecue.
Barbecue pork.
Guys, send some hearts for Johannes's dreads, by the way. That was just beautiful. I'm giving the one-man round of applause. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Johannes.
Oh.
We're learning so much about him. We got the exclusive Johannes interview on today's episode.
Right.
Captain Johannes on today's show. Thank you,
Indeed.
Captain, for joining us.
You're very welcome.
How many points to starboard do we need to go? Give me some nautical terms right now. Where are we headed?
Some naughty, what? Some
Give me some naughty
terms.
terms.
Yeah. The mast is flying high on the port side.
The port side, okay.
Of the stern.
Okay.
And walk the plank.
Here is your seaman's degree, sir.
What did you just say to me?
I'm giving you some naughty terms right now.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a naughty. Disgusting.
Do you have so on an earlier show, on Now Loading, and then on Super News Live Arcade, we did pirate voices for fans while we were playing a pirate game. Do you think that you could, you're shaking your head, which is the universal symbol for yes, that you could do a pirate voice? That's for the next appearance. We're saving that for the next time.
Yeah.
Matt Houck saying, swab the deck, Johannes. He wants you to swab the deck. Not the poop deck, just the regular deck. You know, he's not relegating
I forgot about the poop deck. That's funny.
Poop deck is the other,
Swab the deck.
I'm interested to know what the poop deck really was, though. Did they actually poop on it, or what was the deal with the poop deck?
That is a good question. What I'm interested in here is the swab the deck. So swab, I mean, I imagine that the swab you do in your mouth, is it that type of swab? You get that little tiny thing and you...
Yeah, you have to get a little plastic baggie and then like get a semen sample, SEAMAN sample from the deck.
Things are going horribly wrong.
So this is Cert. We got to him. We're fighting the boss.
It's a quick game.
I'm going to try not to die. So you can't really block his attacks. I don't know why I'm even trying. He's a pretty powerful guy. Yeah, we'll just try and dodge. We gotta use the speed to our advantage. We're a tiny little person compared to this giant guy. There we go. So this is something we have here, which is a sort of a focus meter. And the nice thing is that even though you do have to charge your focus, that also doesn't show up on screen. It's only on that little pan that's on her side there. So we can't actually do anything right now. If we go up to this guy, boom, we're getting hit by that.
Alright.
Okay.
You gotta apply some of that Dark Souls tactic, I think.
Yeah, just dodge roll all the time. All day, every day, be dodge rolling. Matt saying dodge those attacks! Alright, now we got some free attacks. Just gonna get in there with,
Just for free. Didn't have to pay anything.
Yep.
Look at that. That's great.
So hold on, now he's actually on fire. We can't even touch him or we'll burn ourselves. So, get him with that focus meter. That's what I'm talking about. You want to get in with the focus meter whenever you can.
The fire doesn't matter anymore?
Yeah, you know, that's how it works. You got to read up on your Norse mythology, man. You missed Heimdall Day. They were covering all this stuff.
Oh, right, of the focus meter.
Yeah, the focus meter is the biggest part of... actually, they had an entire Thor movie that's all about the focus meter. So, I'm just mashing this button. I'm sure you guys can hear it. But yeah, you can see that her focus thing is a little bit charged up right now, but we gotta focus on getting out of the way.
The little belt.
Yeah, so on her belt you can see that blue thing. And also the voices are telling us too, where they're saying like, you got your focus, like go, 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 like, you know, in much more eloquent terms than I can say. Uh-oh. So in this mode, he's trying to like recover his health. So we gotta get in there. And that's it, guys. Send some hearts. We took out Cert. Once again, harder when it's not your fifth time doing it.
Fifth time?
Yeah, I did a lot of shows where we beat this guy before.
Oh, wow.
But I'm an expert now. Ask me anything about Hellblade. Ready, go.
What's her last name?
7. Wait.
What?
Yes. That's her. Senua 7.
Senua 7, right, okay.
So we unlocked that part of the door there, and now we can go back to where we were. But guys, I think that's probably going to do it for our show. You got a nice little vertical slice of Hellblade there.
She's staring at me.
Uh-oh. He's right into your soul.
Yep.
She She wants to be your girlfriend, Johannes. Do you accept her offer? She offers you this dead cert. It's like a cat bringing you a bird body.
I accept. I think my wife would be pissed, but I'll accept.
Okay, there you go. We love blossoms on the Hellblade show. Guys, this has been Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It is a action-adventure game with a little bit of psychological horror thrown in there as well. It's got an amazing story. It's got great combat and really challenging puzzles as we go through. You can see more of it if you purchase it on PS4, Xbox One, or PC. We gave away a copy last week on Now Loading, and we will probably be talking about it for the rest of the year because it's pretty cool.
It's a great game.
If you guys want to see more of the stuff we do here, it's called Super News Live. We do all sorts of pop culture coverage on here, from everything from movies to TV to comic books to video games. You can see this specific show every other Wednesday at 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. It's called the Super News Live Arcade, where we show off different video games that I've been doing on Now Loading. Speaking of Now Loading, if you do want to see our sister channel Now Loading, we do video game coverage on there every day at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time.
What are you doing today?
A big old mouthful. We're going to be playing PUBG. They have their new map is in testing mode right now.
Not
it's
Fortnite?
A quarter of the size.
No Fortnite?
Everybody says that too, you know? We get into PUBG and everybody's like, play Fortnite! And then we play Fortnite and they say, play PUBG! So you can never satisfy everyone, right?
No. Well, why don't you do a split screen game and you play with both at the same... That would be interesting.
Two controllers. Yeah. Because I'm not bad enough at PUBG and Fortnite already. I gotta really get that, you know, get that in there. Johannes, thank you for joining on the show, though.
Yeah, I was here.
You were here. It was a time.
It was a time. Tomorrow we're doing good horror stuff. Tomorrow, talking Blumhouse. It's gonna be great. I think Dash and Dre, and she's gonna do I think it's a gunshot to his face or something to that effect. Pretty cool.
That sounds pretty exciting.
If you want to learn how to do that, tune in.
That's gonna be Thursday at what time, sir?
Let me think. They told me this. Noon. It's gonna be at noon. Always at noon. Every day at noon. Noon. Be here at noon. Let's go at noon. Live at noon.
Just imprint that into the old brains, guys. Thank you to Jack and Marco for doing the halftime show as well. That was some really cool news that I didn't get to hear because I was in the middle of this show. But thank you guys for doing that. He doesn't like you, but I do. Thank you to Adrian for picking up the Johannes.
No.
I think Adrian's going to be the new Johannes now.
Nope.
Thank you for your service, sir, but I believe you are no longer needed here. Adrian is going to take everything over.
God.
I'm going to turn Sir Johannes back into a walkie.
Yeah. At midnight, he actually turns back into a walkie. That's how it works. But yeah, thank you, Adrian. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the show in the audience. And we'll, of course, see you next Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays from now, for probably God of War, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we will have another stream on Now Loading at 3 o'clock p.m. today, if you want to see that. I'll let you have the last word, because I've just been talking forever, Johannes.
The last word.
Oh, are you guys still watching? Oh, that's awkward. Oh, well, you should probably then tune in each and every day at noon to Super News Live. So that's tomorrow, because we're done here. So you can leave, but come back tomorrow. But leave, but come back tomorrow. I'm gonna leave. Who am I kidding? I don't have anywhere to go.